Now look at the next pair, which is called aromatic alcohols and phenols. Now when you are given a molecular formula like C7H8O, in which the number of carbon atoms is very large and the number of hydrogen atoms is very small. So if I want to make 7 carbon atoms in a chain like this, 6 and 1, 7, with 8 hydrogen atoms I cannot complete it. So definitely think about it that this compound could be an aromatic compound, that is, it could be in a ring. So I've made a ring here and attached here CH2OH, which becomes benzyl alcohol, which fits into this formula. See, this formula is C6H5. I've removed one hydrogen and then attached CH2OH. So it is C6H5CH2OH. If you count the number of carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms, match this molecular formula. Similarly, the second one, the pair of this. I've written here aromatic alcohols and phenols. So phenol, you remember, was OH onto the ring. Be careful that when I attach OH directly onto the ring, it is called phenol. But if I attach with carbon atom and OH, it becomes an alcohol. So don't call this as an alcohol. So OH on the ring and CH3 can be attached at any place. At the moment I have put it at place 2. So it's called 2-methyl phenol. I could have put it here 3-methyl phenol, 4-methyl phenol and so on. So this formula actually becomes C6H4 because I have removed 2 hydrogen atoms to attach OH and CH3. So it remains C6H4, then this OH, then this CH3. So whole formula is equivalent to this molecular formula. So both these formulas are isomers of each other. One is an alcohol, the other is a phenol. Then we had done earlier what were primary, secondary and tertiary amines. So supposing this was the molecular formula given to you, C4H11N. Looking at N, I know it is an amine. It can be NH2. Otherwise, in other compounds, it could be cyanide. It can be CN also, nitrile group. But when you will try to fit into this formula, cyanide will not fit in. So this will come as an amine. So when it comes as an amine, I've taken 4 carbon atoms. When you make an amine, make it like this. 4 carbon atoms in a chain and then put NH2 group here. Now attach hydrogens. So if I now reduce this formula CH3, CH2, 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 NH2, which is fitting into this molecular formula, which is a primary amine. The same can be now changed whenever I think I had mentioned that in a secondary amine there is always NH group. So nitrogen's valency is 3. H is already here. I can attach 2 more alkyl groups at 2 different places. So at one place I have put C2H5, another place again C2H5. You can write C2H5 or you can write in a chain like this. So now this compound becomes a secondary amine. If I have only N, it becomes tertiary amine. On all 3 sides we will have alkyl groups. Now naming the compound. Since this compound contained 4 carbon atoms, so I'll say this is butane amine. Now in this one, I'm revising with you how IUPAC names were written. One side you can take it as a chain. So this side I'm taking as a chain, which is ethane. So the compound actually is ethane amine, but on the nitrogen atom there is an ethyl group. So I will name this compound as N-ethyl, N-ethyl ethane amine. And this one, this is the longer chain. So again ethane amine, but I'll have to write down on the nitrogen atom there are 2 methyl groups. So N, N dimethyl ethane amine. So primary, secondary and tertiary amines are functional isomers of each other. If you are asked to make a functional isomer of this, you will make these 3 isomers. Now let me change this into, supposing the same formula is given to you. This formula is given to me, and I now say make a chain isomers. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atom and NH2 at this point. This is one isomer. You can put hydrogens later. I want to make a chain. So 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. I'm making a chain here and then putting NH2 here, right? NH2 still is at place 1 here, at place 1 here, because this is the chain and the main chain, parent chain, and carbon atom is forming a branch at this point, right? If I make this branch, instead of here, I make a branch here. I'm making a branch here, okay? If I make a branch here, my parent chain will become this. If the parent chain becomes this, that means I have shifted NH2, because now I'll have to count from here 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this will become 2 aminobutane. This was 1 aminobutane. Amino group was present at place 1. Now it is present at place 2. So never make a chain. When you are making a chain isomer, always make the chain somewhere from in between. So when you make the chain here, you will say, if I put hydrogens here, 1, 2, 3 carbon atom and a chain. So I'm putting hydrogens here. So you will name it as, this is propanamine, but on propanamine at place 1, 2 is a methyl group. So 2-methyl propanamine. This was butanamine. So between these two, we will say is chain isomerism. Functional group is at the same place, but chain has changed, right? So same formula can be given to you, and you can be asked to make functional isomers, you can be asked to make chain isomer, you can be asked to make position isomer. Let me make position isomer. If I want to make a position isomer, the first compound will remain the same. So the first compound is actually CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 and NH2. NH2 is at place 1. Now I am putting NH2 at place 2. So this becomes butanamine. This becomes at place 2 is the amino group. So 2-aminobutane. At place 2 is the amino group. So 2-aminobutane. So I've changed the position of the amino group. So from the same formula, different types of isomers can be asked.